Let us continue reading this book by Wylie, The Jesuits. And before I share with you today's part two reading, I'd like to invite you for a word of prayer. Our Father in heaven, holy indeed is your name. Take our hearts and our minds, cleanse it, and fill us with your spirit. I pray in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Charles I now held the scepter. By his side sat a daughter of France. The strong intellect of the wife ruled the weaker mind of the husband. Henrietta knew how to make the counsels of Charles take the shape she wished, and was careful to guide him into a channel conformable with the interest of that church to which her house had been so long and so ardently devoted. The nation was troubled. All could see that confusion and darkness were at no great distance. The noon of Elizabeth was fast fading into twilight, and in that twilight the Jesuits, like birds of night, began to come forth and make their presence audible by the congratulations which they exchanged with one another at the prospect of being able by their arts to divide and conquer. About the time that the first Parliament of Charles I met, a Jesuit club was arrested in a house in Clerkenwell, and among their papers was found the following letter addressed to their superior at Brussels. The letter is given at large in Rushworth's collections and exhibits a spirit elate with joy at what filled other men with grief and sorrow. It is as follows. We, as much as in this parliament as ever we feared any Queen Elizabeth's days, we have planted the sovereign drug Arminianism. It is a favorite cultivation of the fathers who had taught the plant to flourish in most of the climates and countries of Christendom, which we hope will purge the Protestants from their heresy. I cannot choose but laugh to see how some of our own coat have accounted themselves. You could scarce know them if you saw them, and it is admirable to see how in speech and gesture they act the Puritan. I am at this time transported with joy to see how happily all instruments and means, as well as great as less, cooperate to our purpose. England had become in that age the main rallying ground of the Jesuits, according to as their schemes should prosper. Here, so would triumph or failure attend them elsewhere. The center of the plot in England was the Pope's legate. He had the utmost confidence of being able to carry over Charles I to the Roman Communion. The letter which Charles, when Prince of Wales, has addressed to Pope Gregory XV fully justify the hope which the legate entertained. The prince in that letter avowed himself in the same religion with his then prospective father-in-law, the King of Spain, and said that as he had never encouraged novelties against the Catholic Apostolic Roman religion, he would for time to come employ himself to have but one religion and one faith. And with something approaching the solemnity of an oath, he promised to spare nothing that I have in the world and to suffer all manner of discommodities, even to the hazarding of my estate in life, for a thing so pleasing to God. With this protestation, which pointed so unmistakably to the restoration of the papacy in England, whenever the writer should ascend the throne, no wonder that the papal legate and the Jesuit troop around him look on Charles I as already won, in England as virtually their own. They have but to apply their arts vigorously to realize this great victory. Have mercy upon us, Father, as we face the Jesuits. Oh, Father, give us wisdom only that comes from your Son, Jesus Christ. I pray, amen.